and welcome to my knitting podcast. Very long-awaited return. Not sure how to do this. I haven't done this in a while, but I wanted to give it a try. I was telling a dear friend lately that I've been watching lots of vlogs, vlogmases, knitting podcasts, and I told her I used to have a podcast many years ago, I think 7 or 8, when knitting podcasts were not so popular. And although I feel a bit daunted by the level that the podcasts have now, I felt the itch that I wanted to get back to it, and here we are. I've been missing finding time for me during Christmas, but I was able to find some, and I got a mic for my camera to improve the sound a bit, and I thought I would record a little something. I don't want it to be very long. What led me to stop podcasting in the past was I found the editing tedious, and I don't want them to be that long. I used to talk for very long. I suppose it's going to happen this time as well, but I want to start with something small, something short, see how I feel in front of the camera, how I feel editing it again, and how I feel talking to you, which I have missed a lot. So here we are. My name is Erika. My online presence everywhere regarding the knitting is Loareknits, and this is a knitting blog, a knitting video podcast, podcast about knitting. I want to show you, I'm going to be not very ambitious for this podcast. I'm going to show you one finished object, one work in progress, and probably my next cast on. For those of you who don't know me, who just found about my channel, I live near Barcelona, and I'm a scientist by day. That's why I say my online knitting presence. But knitting has been my hobby, my passion, my getaway from reality for the last probably more than 7-8 years. Because if that's when I was podcasting, that means that I've been knitting for longer, so probably 10 years. And before I get all chatty, let's get back into the rhythm of things. I want to show you my last finished object of the year, which were a pair of socks. They're not blocked, but I have them in these sock blockers that my husband made for me. I love a heel flap and gusset heel on my socks, and I'll probably give this the Sonnet socks by the Wool Barn. I will probably need to make notes for the next time, and I've knit them in one of my favorite yarns. The tag is a bit, I need to hide. Regia Premium Cashmere. I have quite a lot left, but this yarn is so soft. And squishy. As every year with the new year, I start with some kind of resolutions that I want to knit from stash, because my stash or collection, yarn collection, is huge. And this year, I mean, most of it, a lot of it is single skeins, lots of sock yarn, and I really want to knit from it. I love my yarn collection. I've been collecting it for many years. And yeah, so one of the things that I took from Deep Stash for my New Year custom is this very old Eden Cottage yarns. It's a Titus 4-ply in the colourway Marigold, which is 75% merino wool, 25% silk. Oh, I'm sorry, you're hearing Cookie. Do you want to say hi? No, she doesn't. Every time I go try to grab her, she goes away. But she's feeling chatty, as I am. As it usually happens with silk yarns, my swift unwinder don't seem to love them, and they get a bit tangled, so I always end up winding them by hand. Oh, it's not focusing. There you go. It's a beautiful gold colorway. Did I say the name? I think I did. Maybe I was waiting. It's called Marigold. Yeah, deep stash. I don't know, 7-8 years ago I got it, and I've been saving it. And for a while I was longing for some master color, this marigold gold color lace socks. I wanted to have them in rotation with my outfits, and I wasn't finding the oh, there she is. Hi, Cookie. Well, for those of you who followed me on Instagram, you've seen that we adopted this sweet bag. She's probably gonna make appearances if I record. She's a cuddle bag. She sleeps most of the day. But she's very chatty if I'm chatting, or when she's hungry, which is always. It's a beautiful. We got her when she had her 4 babies. She had her 4 kittens at home. I have some pictures on my highlights on Instagram. Maybe some pictures on my blog as well. It was a mind-blowing experience to foster some kitties. I never had kittens. I never lived with cats before. I didn't know how to care for cats. I didn't know how to live with cats. But we've grown to love each other a lot. Yeah, I know. And now she's part of my family. We fostered the babies, kept them until they were 2 months old. We cared for them. We gave them the best start to their lives as possible. And we decided to keep the mama. And now I can't imagine my life without her. If you ask me now, I'm a cat person now. And she's my knitting buddy. Her name is Cookie. Because she looks like a cookie. But also because we accepted her without reading the terms and conditions, which meant she was coming with 4 babies. And it was a wonderful experience. I'm gonna try to keep her here. She probably wants to stay here. I don't know how I'm gonna record with her in my lap, but this is life. So I was saying I wanted some lace socks. I know. Okay, off you go. And we're back. She loves yarn. I need to keep all of it tucked away while she's around. She found a thread and she was playing with it. So yeah, I was saying I was longing for some lace golden socks. I want to have them in my wardrobe, in rotation. These were perfect, and I wanted them to be lace. I recently knit a pattern. It's a free pattern. It's called Birch Shortie Socks. I'll put the pattern and the designer up somewhere. I also knit them with merino yarn that contains silk, and but they were for a sock exchange. I didn't get to keep them, but I loved knitting on them, and I loved the experience, and I loved the final result. And since this was silk containing yarn, I thought it would pair well with the pattern as well. But the design was for short socks, and I'm just gonna put it in the sock blocker so you can see better. And I wanted them to be long, So basically I calculated how to center the pattern and knit it all in on the leg. So this is what it's looking like so far. I started them on New Year's Day, but they were a bit tight. I think the yarn is thinner. This yarn is super thin. It's a 4-ply, but it's a very thin 4-ply. It does have 400 meters per 100 grams, but it's a thinner yarn. It's thin, and I'm working with it on 2.25 millimeter needles. I cast on for the middle size and they were kind of tight. They're very elastic, so when I have them out of the blocker, they look very tight, but they were extra tight, and so this means I'm probably knitting tighter than I usually do. The one I exchanged was I knitted on 2.5 millimeter needles, but the yarn was plumpier, so it filled the stitches a bit more. I love the fabric and I love the texture, so I'm gonna keep going as is. I increased 8 stitches, I think, and I calculated how I want my lace to be centered on the instep of the sock once I reach the heel. So yeah, this is my last cast on. I restarted them again yesterday. Sorry for the clicking. I restarted them yesterday again, and this is how far I got. But I am excited to work on them. As I said, a lot of my yarn collection is made of sock yarn, so probably, I have no idea, but maybe 2025 is the year of socks. So I show you one finished object, one work in progress, and now I want to show you what will probably be my next cast on. I got some of my favorite yarn, which is Brusca by Rosa Pomar, and this beautiful, I'm gonna say mahogany color. It's a very pinkish brown. I look a bit pinkish myself. I think it suits me. I usually tend to gravitate towards warm colors, warm browns, warm warm beiges. This is not very warm, the color. The sweater is very warm. No, but it is warm because it's natural and dyed with a bit of dark brownish yarn. I didn't tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Utopia sweater. It has a beautiful cable detail along the raglan. I'm wearing it with a romper dress I made. This is by Elena, both the design and yarn. Her yarn is called Xolla wool. I tested this for her back 1-2 years ago. I did not like I had made a mistake in one of the raglans. I tried fixing it. I did fix it, but I had made like a quick fix thingy, and I knew on the inside it wasn't right. And also I wanted it to be tighter on my body, so after I did the test knit part, which meant to reach the separation for the sleeves and the body, I decided to rip back and knit something that I would like better on myself. So I started a size less. I think this is size 3 if I remember correctly, and I'm so much happier with it. I made it a bit cropped. Now it's inside the romper dress, so you can't really see it, but I wanted it to wear over dresses, which is something I wear a lot in winter, over tights, dresses, and a woolly sweater. And it's perfect. I made it relatively short sleeved because I usually just roll my sleeves up, and I wanted to try shorter sleeves this time. It has neckline shaping, has a beautiful lace pattern. Okay, back to this is with me with no notes and being a bit all over the place. But this is a homemade podcast, it's a homemade video, and it's not meant to be professional. It's just me rambling. Back to my next cast on Brusca. As I was telling you, I like to wear warm colors, and this will be a test knit for the magazine Making Stories. I think the test knit starts in a couple of weeks, and I am ready because my yarn is here, and I've knit with this yarn several times, so I know my gauge. I just need to check if it's the same for the pattern that I need to test. And something that I've been doing lately, just because I am like this, I've gotten Brusca and Mondim, which is I think same yarn blend, and it dyes on the same colors, same colorway. This is C581. I think C is the darker base. It's not gonna want to focus. There you go. Because I've done it a couple of times and I loved it, I have knitted matching socks for the sweaters that I'm wearing. Used to do this a lot when I was younger. I love wearing matching things. You don't necessarily need to see them. You might not see the socks that I'm wearing. But yeah, not sure if the pattern will be the same, but the yarn definitely, the color will match, and I can have a sweater and matching socks. And I think that's it. I wanted this to be short. Let me know if this is a format that you like. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm very rusty at the color. If I'll see if I edit it and upload it. I did record a couple of years back another episode. I just never got the energy that I needed to edit it. It never happened. I think I want to change things. I used to record very lengthy podcasts. So we'll see if this format works. We'll see if the setup, the mic, the light works. This aligned this time. I like the setting, but I'm in my living room, so to record this I need to be alone, which doesn't happen very often. And with good daylight, I prefer to record in daylight. And so you might see other spaces where I record. And yeah, I think I just need to do it. I just need to get done with it. Now let's see if I edit it. So just let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you like this shorter format. Let me know what you want to see more of. I don't think I want, or I'm ready to do a recap kind of thing. I think I would prefer something like this, a more chatty one, show some of the progress of the things that I've been knitting. Probably not always show finished objects. Let me know what frequency do you think it would work. I'm thinking bi-weekly or monthly, like a monthly update. Might take a little longer. So let me know what works for you, what you want to see more of, and if this is something that you feel like sharing with me. Yeah, so that's it. And welcome if you were a new viewer, welcome back. If you've been here waiting for years, and yep, bye.